Richie, season's underway. You face Chesterfield in round one of the Carabao Cup on Tuesday. Let's start with a word on Friday, though. Your season opening at Blackburn. What lessons have you learned from that one?
I think the important thing is the lessons the players have learned, really. I mean, obviously we have, but we spoke to the players afterwards about an element of naivety in the second half. Maybe the goal, their second goal, which was when we were on top, clearly on top, maybe we got a little bit, look, we can go on and win this. Not comfortably, it wasn't an arrogance, it was a confidence. But then obviously, we didn't quite recover from the second goal. And I think one or two of the mistakes that led to the goals, if I'm being brutally honest, we'd have probably got away with in League One. I think some of our recovery runs, or the fact that maybe they would have made a slightly different choice on the ball, would have led to the fact that we might have got away with it. And we spoke to the players afterwards about, the finer details in that actually you aren't going to get away with it. So, yes, we learnt, but hopefully the players went away and said, actually, yeah, some of the smaller details did let us down a little bit.
It's so early in the season. We're only 90 minutes into it. How long does it take for you to get a sense of who your team are, what this group is?
Well, I think I remember having numerous conversations up till about October last year, maybe even November, where people were getting a little bit carried away with the league table, and we were getting, where does this leave us? And it was like, look, let's have a conversation when we're 12, 14, 15 games in, and obviously we have to learn quickly. We understand that. We don't want to be 6, 7, 8 games in and still having the same conversations. But I thought there was enough positives in the game on Friday for us to be able to say, right, get one or two more details right, and there's enough positives. So I think I remember saying last year, I don't look at the league table until there's at least double figures games being played. So I'll continue that because that's what I've always done.
Obviously, you played Friday. A lot of teams played Saturday. Still a game to come on Monday night. Lots of pairs of eyeballs on the competition, I'm sure. Any early impressions of the Championship from opening weekend?
Well, we all watched different games at the weekend, and we all came back with similar views about a couple of the games. Also, there's a couple of performances that took the eye. Sheffield Wednesday, obviously, yesterday. Winning relatively comfortable in terms of the scoreline, but also the opportunities they created. So we will take all the little bits of information that we get from the games that we've watched over the weekend, and it isn't just about the individual clubs you're playing against, because we were watching teams we won't be playing against for a few weeks, but just taking the little bits of detail and the physicality and the pace that particularly teams like Sheffield Wednesday were breaking on, and Middlesbrough. The pace that they have is important because, like I say, in League One we would have probably got away with some of it. So in the next few weeks we'll have a greater idea of who can and who can't adapt to that standard.
Of course, before your next Championship game, change your focus on Tuesday night. So how do you go into this Carabao Cup game with Chesterfield?
Firstly, wanting to win it because winning's a habit, and obviously cup runs are important. So we want to win the game. We also have an eye on Saturday's game, but also on the flip side of it, one or two people who may need minutes. But the most important thing's about winning. And in fairness, it doesn't matter who we put out in the game on Tuesday night. We expect to win. We want to win. Even the changes, we would expect that they don't make us any weaker. We want to make the team as strong as possible. So we won't be treating it as just, it's a Tuesday night and we've got a game on Saturday. We want to win the game, and in fairness, if we have to make changes after 20 minutes, we will do, because the result's important.
Only 3 weeks since you played Chesterfield in pre-season. Does that game inform Tuesday night at all?
A little bit. We showed one or two of the players the clips this morning from a few things that happened, positives and negatives. So, I don't think too much changes within 3 weeks. They've only played one game, and that was on the same night as us as well. So maybe they've played the odd pre-season game since then, but realistically, not a lot's changed. I wouldn't imagine their team will change a great deal, and some of our lads who are playing tomorrow night played in the game 3 weeks ago. So we have showed them some of the stuff. We have showed them some of the positives and negatives, things that need to improve, things where we thought we hurt them, and it's relevant because it's recent. So, and obviously it was just one of those strange things. We'd organised a friendly, and then coincidentally the draw came out, which I think has happened for a couple of clubs. I know Blackburn are playing Stockport, and I was at their game against Stockport a few weeks ago. So, you know, it happens, and obviously it's an opportunity for us to turn it around.
Best of luck.
Cheers, thank you.